Welcome back to my channel. Today we explore the value of specific coins, the top 10 most valuable U.S. Abraham 1-cent coins value in today's market. So let's get started. First up, the 1994 D penny was minted in Denver and features the familiar image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse. This coin is made primarily of zinc with a thin copper coating, just like most modern pennies. In terms of rarity, the 1994 D is not considered scarce. In fact, over 7.1 billion of these coins were minted, making it very common in circulation. However, condition plays a big role in determining value. If your 1994 D penny is in average circulated condition, it's typically worth its face value, just 1 cent. But if it's in uncirculated or mint state condition, the value can rise. A mint state example, especially graded MS65 or higher, might be worth around 10 to 50 cents. In some cases, if it has unique errors or exceptionally high quality, it could fetch up to a few dollars. Keep in mind, coins with visible wear and scratches won't bring much more than face value. But if you find one that looks almost brand new, it could be worth setting aside. Next up, the 1999 Lincoln 1-cent coin minted in Denver, known by the D mint mark. This coin features the profile of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, a design first introduced in 1909. The 1999 D Lincoln cent is made primarily of copper-plated zinc. It was produced in large quantities, which generally keeps its market value low. However, certain factors can make it more valuable to collectors. These include minting errors, high-grade condition, or being part of a rare batch. In most cases, a typical 1999 D penny found in pocket change, especially one that is dirty or heavily worn, is worth only face value, just 1 cent. This is because condition plays a major role in a coin's collectability. Circulated coins with visible wear and damage don't attract much attention from collectors. However, if the coin has unique errors such as a double die, off-center strike, or other notable minting mistakes, its value could rise significantly. In rare cases, error coins can sell for several dollars, and in extreme cases, even hundreds. But such examples are the exception, not the rule. To summarize, a regular 1999 D Lincoln penny in dirty condition is usually worth just 1 cent. If you think your coin has an unusual error, it's a good idea to have it professionally graded or appraised. Next up, the 1975 Lincoln 1-cent coin, with the Denver mint mark commonly known as the 1975 D penny. This coin features the profile of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, a design introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. The reverse shows the Lincoln Memorial, a design used from 1959 through 2008. The 1975 D penny was struck in large quantities. Over 4.5 billion were minted in Denver alone. That makes it a common coin in circulation. However, collectors still pay attention to certain conditions and varieties that can bring added value. Today, we're focusing on the value of this coin in extra fine condition, a grade that shows light wear on the high points, but still retains strong detail. In the current coin market, a 1975 D Lincoln cent in extra fine condition typically sells for around 5 to 10 cents. While that may not seem like much, it is still several times its face value. Coins with exceptional eye appeal or errors such as double dies or off-center strikes can command higher premiums. If you're collecting Lincoln cents or just starting out, coins like the 1975 D are a great way to learn about coin grading and value without a large investment. Next up, the 1982 Lincoln 1-cent coin with the D mint mark, minted in Denver. This coin is especially interesting because 1982 was a transitional year for U.S. pennies. The U.S. Mint switched from a mostly copper composition to a primarily zinc one, which makes 1982 pennies collectible in a number of variations. Among collectors, the most sought-after 1982 D penny is the small date, copper version. It's rare and valuable because only a few were struck before the full transition to zinc. So how do you know if you have a valuable one? The key is in both the date style and the weight. Copper cents weigh about 3.11 grams, while zinc versions are lighter, around 2.5 grams. Now, what if your 1982 D penny is in a dirty or circulated condition? Even in worn condition, a genuine small date, copper 1982 D penny can still fetch significant money. In today's market, a verified copper small date version, even in poor condition, can be worth anywhere from $100 to over $500, depending on its authenticity and buyer interest. Clean or uncirculated examples have been known to sell for thousands. However, if it's not the rare small date copper version and is instead a more common type, its value is generally around 1 cent to a few cents for collectors who need it to complete a set. If you think you have one, consider weighing it first and having it authenticated by a professional coin grading service. It could turn out to be a hidden treasure in your pocket change. Next up, the 1987 Lincoln 1-cent coin from the United States specifically. The version without a mint mark. This coin features the image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor D. Brenner, a design that has remained largely unchanged since 1909. The 1987 Lincoln cent, without a mint mark, was minted in Philadelphia. It's made primarily of copper-plated zinc and was issued in the hundreds of millions, making it a common coin in circulation. In circulated conditioner, this coin is generally worth its face value, just 1 cent. However, in uncirculated or mint state condition, the story changes. A 1987 Lincoln cent, without a mint mark, in pristine condition, particularly graded MS-65 or higher, can be worth between $1 and $5 on the current market. In some rare cases, especially if the coin shows strong strike quality, no contact marks, and exceptional luster, it might sell for up to $10 or more to collectors. Keep in mind, special varieties or errors, such as double die strikes or off-center errors, can significantly increase value, sometimes fetching much higher prices. To determine a coin's exact value, it's recommended to have it professionally graded or compare it with recent sales of similar coins in the same condition. Next up, the 2000 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent coin, without a mint mark, especially those found in blackened or heavily toned condition. The 2000 Lincoln penny without a mint mark was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Normally, these coins are not considered rare. However, their value can rise significantly depending on their condition and unique characteristics. What sets some of these coins apart is their unusual black or dark-toned appearance. This discoloration can occur due to environmental exposure, improper storage, or chemical reactions over time. While this condition might make them look unusual, it usually lowers the numismatic value unless the coin has other collectible features like errors or high-grade preservation. That said, if the coin is in uncirculated or near-perfect condition and has strong eye appeal, even with the dark toning, it might attract collectors. In today's market, a regular 2000 Lincoln cent without a mint mark in circulated condition is typically worth only face value 1 cent. But if it's in pristine condition, such as MS-65 or higher, it could sell for around $1 to $5. Error coins, or coins with dramatic natural black toning that still preserve detail, may fetch more, sometimes up to $10 or $20 if a collector finds it particularly striking. However, it's important to remember that dark or black-toned Lincoln cents are usually not rare. and the tone alone doesn't make it valuable unless paired with exceptional condition or a documented error. If you have a 2000 Lincoln penny in black shade, take a close look for any doubling, off-center strikes, or die cracks. These error features could increase the value significantly. But if it's simply discolored with no other unique attributes, its market value likely remains modest. Next up, the 1979 Lincoln 1-cent coin, also known as the Abraham Lincoln penny, without a mint mark and in extra fine condition. This particular coin was minted in Philadelphia, which is why it does not carry a mint mark. The obverse features the profile of Abraham Lincoln, while the reverse shows the Lincoln Memorial. This design remained in use from 1959 through 2008. In terms of value, a 1979 Lincoln penny without a mint mark and in extra fine condition is not considered rare. It was produced in large quantities, over 6 billion coins. Because of this high mintage, most examples are only worth their face value in circulation. However, if the coin has been well preserved and shows only light wear, its value can be slightly higher for collectors. In today's market, a 1979 Lincoln penny without a mint mark in extra fine condition typically sells for around 10 to 20 cents. This value can vary slightly depending on the buyer and current demand. Remember, higher values are usually reserved for coins in mint state or those with rare errors or varieties, such as double dies or off-center strikes.